Windy City Showdown, the Players' Championship. Be there, be square. I'll be there. Learn to play the Rumley way, Pine Coast and Eagles Peak, from a cycle in the Schlub House a few weeks ago. Here we go. Off and running on Pine Coast. So I am going to torpedo off the tee, get as far as you can. Like to do a little stinger here, usually. Play the wind just a tiny bit, take some off. The importance of small adjustments to get there. 1 or 2 clicks really gets you what you got, where you want to be. Obviously not a good shot, way out to the right. Moving on to hole 2. Judging very, very specific distance. So this is 196 with a bronze tee. 196 plays slightly uphill. So I'm going to hit the 100%. Should be very close, but we'll see what we see. That slight uphill slowed it down. Not enough. Should have gone a little bit more. Couple ways to play this. And I like this one, taught to me by the Grand Wizard himself, Joe Wilborn. Play all the way to the left when it's this setup, because that gives you a little landing zone in a straight wind. Not a ton of landing zone, but you have enough to get there. That landing zone right there, when you're jabbing in, gives you a much, much better wind. You have no option to jab when you play it straight at it. You gotta hit the sniper or the orbits. So a little misjudge on the slope itself, but you can see that is a viable option. One way that I only play this is to that island peninsula. I know there's another shot way out to the left, but I don't do it. I don't mess around with that. So yeah, this plays so uphill, and the green never breaks, so you don't want to play too much. You definitely got to hit it. If my memory serves, I hit it too much. Yeah. And it rolls forever and ever and ever. So should have took 1% or 2 off. I like to snipe chip just to stop it, but I think I hit the hill and it jumped. Not good. Not off to a good start here on the Pine Coast. Nice little setup here. So what I tend to do is find a good opening, and then I'm going to go low tee with whatever I'm at. And that one is pretty perfect distance. For the low tee, take a touch off, orbit it back to the hole. You just got to find the left 3 slope. Oh, I didn't take any off. So there you go. That's the approach on that one. Really terrible setup. So this is a close your eyes and pray type shot. You have to know your distances, or else you're dead. So that was, you just kind of find where your 11 is, and you know that's going to land exactly where it's going to land, and then move on to the next hole. There's not much about that particular shot to talk about. I am one of the weird ones that plays into this right fairway. I know a lot of guys play left of those trees that you see under the 100% there. I just don't like to play from the rough, because from over here, I can jab. I can use any ball that I want, as a matter of fact. When you're in the rough, you are very limited. And you also have that hill over to the left where you see the middle of those 3 trees. You have that to deal with. So, and I, bonked that shot significantly. Not a good round so far, but you see those clicks. That's my aim putting, making sure. This one plays downhill quite a lot. So at the 3-wood high T 307, even though it's 310 to pin. I think I still took a little bit off here because it's downhill quite a bit. The green, because of the high land, it's going to bounce significantly. So it says 3, but it acts like about 6 or 7. So you want to play a little bit more slope on hole 8. Yeah. When it's up top here, I mean, you got sniper, you got grabber, you got orbits in play, very mumuch downhill. So I'm generally taking 4 or 5% off this when I'm jabbing, but because I'm orbit and I'm really trying to bring it back, I've got to let it pass that way. So yeah, one worse on the front, moving to the back, drivable par 5. Stress of this shot every time. Not a terrible setup, but it's just a matter of what club you want to hit as far as driver or HLD, what ball you want to hit as far as maniacs. You know, if you're going HLD, you're probably going maniacs. If you're going driver on this short distance, I mean, you could hit a grabber. I opted to go the maniacs route, hit the shit out of it, went way past the hole. But I gave myself a putt, and that's what you're looking for double eagle. It's 34 right 5, so that's 3 times size 15 approximate clicks. In. Don't miss very many putts anymore since I started going to that aim putting, so that's nice. Shout out to Marineris, told me that I need to do that. Yeah, this one, pretty simple hole. You're gonna bang it as far as you can. I like to jav this, but it's way downhill, so you're gonna take some off, play the slope. Even with that 170, I'm still taking a touch off. There's the wind pushing and the downhill, and it still ends up way past the hole. So, yep, up and in. This next hole way uphill, but you do have the wind pushing you, so those kind of offset each other. Just about finding the spot. You'll see as I play, I go to one of the corners typically of the box because I find that that's the best option, or I leave it where it is when I'm moving the high tee. Use the orbits to try and bring it back. Didn't bring it back enough. Kind of pussed out on that one. So I want to hit this as far to the edge and somewhat to the right of the fairway. Went with the jav because I didn't want to mess with that wind. You have some options with this, but when you are way uphill, so even though it's 249 and I'm hitting a 277, I'm still worried about it getting there. So I'm going 100%, and it's right there, and it still didn't get to the hole. So I could have hit probably an HLB, to be honest with you, and hit some orbits, or hit a 3-wood and taken a little bit off. So it's a good little look. Do some clicks to adjust and account for the wind. Jav all day, baby. Jav all day. Some other guys are going, O-bird, sniper, etc., etc. But too many clicks, a little too much of the juice went past. So this is kind of a nasty look. I don't love it. So I went grabber here just due to the fact that you can't really get it all the way to the hole with that right to left wind. So I'm hitting a grabber and just kind of keeping it within a putt-ish. A 56-foot putt's not a gimme, but if you learn that click method, it really is something. Distance divided by 12 times slope. Simple. Options here. go way to the left like this, gives you a chance to get on the green. You can go to that center one that's 2 peninsulas over. Gives you a touch less of a chance when the wind's pushing in your face. This is one of those kind of field shots that you have to mess around and campaign with to make sure that you land this fairway. That way, you're going straight into the wind. Maniacs, obviously, to get there, and you're still probably coming up short, but at least you know that you're getting on. I could have gone with a driver at maybe 99%, but the low trajectory, a lot of it is the trajectory coming in. So this is a nice setup. I like this a lot. I think this is a good one. So it's downhill a lot. You got wind pushing, so take a touch off. Figure out, you see me resetting. If you don't like it, do it again. I mean, you don't have to I play very fast, but you don't have to rush through things. Accuracy is key in small adjustments. You really want to make sure that you're getting those small adjustments exactly where you want them before you hit the shot. If the pullback's not right, do it again. And you've seen at tournaments, guys pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back. And you want to be accurate. Accuracy is key. So this is about deciding which hole you want to go through. And I want to go through this one. Okay, and I'm going to go with the 3-wood. I'm jabbing almost every time on this hole, to be honest with you, unless it's, the O-bird sniper look. This is not. So I'm probably going to take a little touch off. I'm going to play the slope. I'm going to play the wind. And then it goes under that first bow there and rolls towards the hole. So that's a nice little shot. Happy with it. Par on the back, one worse on the front. So we'll take it. Not very many points. Moving on to nobody's favorite course, Eagles Peak. Couple of options. You can torpedo this onto the green, leave yourself a very long putt. Thought about it, decided to javelin into this junk here. I like to javelin just because I know about the accuracy. I played it too far right, so I don't have a good look, and I don't have any green to work with. No, hit and slide like the typical 3-wood, or 3-iron. So it's not going to be a good shot. It's either in, or it's short and back into the trap, or it's past, So I think I opted out of the shot and went a little bit past. The eagle isn't a gimme on this hole, but when it's there, you really got to take advantage of it. One of the more favorable setups, because you've got wind pushing, it's going to help you clear the trees. Deciding which club and which ball you want to approach with is key. The 6-wood, the trajectory is a little bit lower, so you're bringing the trees back into play. But that takes a little bit of distance off the orbit, helps bring it back. That was a nice one. I was happy with that one. Because Eagles is a MFer, as you know. So, significantly downhill, but it is the up 4, so you've got to account for a touch of rollback. Just a touch. But the 2 pushing, all of those things that's going to even out. A couple too many clicks, I ended up left of the hole. It was decent on the distance, so I'll take it, I guess. This is a nice one. You have all the room to get through that gap, right? And it's going to go forever, so you're going to take some distance off. 332 is where my medium tee is. It's 334 to pin. Play the slope, take a touch off. I think, 98. This one worked out pretty well. Yep, like that one. That's basically it. That's that shot. This one, I will snipe every time into the fairway. It's just a matter of whether I'm aiming to the left side, aiming to the right side, to see where how I want to approach it. This time I'm going dead center because I know that there's, when I see the pin over there, there's nothing to work with because it's right on the edge. So I'm going to do the Tony Johnson grabber, not play enough wind, safety shot. But it's an eagle and I'll take it. So this is a fun one. So this is, I don't know where or why I learned this shot. I don't know anyone else that uses it, but I really like it, especially when that pin's down at the bottom like that. So I'm going to go O-Bird, I'm going to go Maniacs, and I'm going to do a little pinball wizard. I'm going to bounce it intentionally off the back wall. So I want to kind of aim for the wind and the bounce. Take a touch off, bounce it down, and it's a fun one. Not a great shot, but you're not playing, you're not messing with those trees because it's going under everything. The wind doesn't really affect it a ton with the O-Bird. So, it's something to think about. It's not the traditional approach. This one's super downhill. But I'm going to go sniper because I'm not messing around. When it's down at the bottom, I like to jav, like club down, jav, let it run. But when it's up top there, I don't mess around. And this one, this is another safety shot. Like, there's no chance that I'm hitting a grabber or an orbits and bringing that front water into play. So I'm just park it in the center of the green, take a birdie. Know that I'm shooting, one better at this point. So, a little bit of a look around here. So there's a little opening right there. You see that at the 322 on the distance map? That little opening there lets you go way farther right and gives you a little, like a clean look into the green. And I found that, recently, actually. A lot of guys are a lot better at this course than me. But that little opening right there will give you a clean look. And I'm going to Maniacs up and over. Little swerve around so I can get as far right as I can without, hitting that hill or hitting the trees. So, you got a couple options here. I'm a Jav guy, but it doesn't look great because I don't want to just barely clip that hill and end up in that bottom basin. So I'm going sniper, take 5 off, park it up there. It's close. It's in. Leaderboard. Gordon would love it. One better, move to the back. This plays way uphill, and I never know what to do. So I go I'm going sniper almost every time on this hole. And I'm playing, you see the distance 292, and I'm 278. I'm hitting this full. I'm going all the way. Because even still, effing short. I think I clipped a tree, but I can't really tell. So I just got the lob wedge like a month ago. Dead serious. So I'm still figuring it out. So got it in a match with Jason Jumps. I was up against a bunker in Cape Haven. So look to see the distance. Don't like it due to the fact of the wind, the gap in the tree. So I'm playing safe. I can do that occasionally because I like my chances at a stinger. So my clicks, 5 clicks, 2.5, 1 click per half-mile-an-hour wind, giving away all the secrets. It's downhill, so I'm taking some off. And there you go. That's a way to get your eagle. And now you're back to par. That sometimes will give you an eagle look, but the par is a birdie on that hole. This one, not a fun hole, but not incredibly difficult if you can try and stay further to the left on the fairway. I did not. Kind of effed myself there. So I'm going to swing it around a little bit that. Swing the 9-wood around those trees. A touch. Decent shot. I'll take it. 8-foot eagle in. Yeah. Yeah, so this one, super gross. So another safety shot. Jav to this hole. Everyone's like, oh, you're crazy. I'm intentionally going past the hole. I'm not trying to hole it out. So I'm going with the 9-wood for the loft and for the rollback. So it's going to land, basically, it's going to come in straight down, you know, and then it's going to roll a little bit, and it's just going to put a touch past the hole. So I knew that I was not making that, you know, so I'm not really going after it. So here is your favorite and my favorite and everybody's favorite hole. This is probably the easiest setup that you'll ever get, ever on 14. And I'm still, what do I do? Where am I aiming? It's just such a gross hole that gives so many problems. The trees, water, levels, you know, on the green. You want to make sure you're on the right level if you do go for it, because sometimes you make the green and you're 3 levels down. You're like, what's the point of even making the green? So a rare for me eagle on that hole. I love to go up and over on this hole with the 9-wood. You're too close for that, so you got to go under. And I like to move the tee around to find exactly where I want. And I'm playing the low tee O-bird here. Boy, do I hate that club. But I want to make sure that it goes under. Least favorite club in the bag. So, and I think I kind of bailed out on this shot as well and went too far. Just messing around. Yeah, not good. Not good. Yeah. So I'm gonna sniper chip. I said earlier in one of these videos I like to ranger chip, so it comes out clean. But I'm not trying to put it in the drink fast. If I get that 7 wrong, this is safety shot, safety chip, lose a stroke, gross. This is actually a pretty favorable setup on this hole. So I'm going to park it all the way to the right front there, and I'm going to swing, just a little swing around, just so you can try and get into that fairway. And that sets up perfectly for a Jav. Now you got to make sure you hit it so you don't hit that low hill on the left. But you want to get under the trees, just like so. So that couldn't have worked out any better for me. Anyone could have done it, I guess. But here we are. So this plays downhill a ton. I don't know any tricks. I don't know what to tell you. Play your wind. Take a ton off. I don't know. Do your best guess. That's what I'm doing right here. Going, I want to be on the as close as I can to the pin. You know, I'm whatever. Just kind of guessing. 94%. Decent. You know, I played the wind pretty well. Just aimed a little bit far, I guess. And then on to 18. On to 18. Well, I don't remember the setup, but yeah. So wind pushing, gross. I like, I know I'm a psychopath. I like to jab this a lot, but with the can't hide it. Buying bronze tees as we go. All the bronze tees are gone from the great spend off of 2021. Yeah, with the wind pushing, I'm not messing around with the water long, so I'm taking some off, and I still almost put it off and almost missed the putt. Not a great round, but here we are. So thanks for watching, and look forward to talking to you soon. Bye.